Welcome to the Gospel Kitchen. You know our recipe book offers so many delicious meals. We've got Sabbath Sundays to sweeten up that day of rest, parable popcorn with a different flavor for each story, so good with lots of butter, and a delightful variety of angel food cake for revelations of all kinds. Today, we're cooking up one of my favorite spiritual comfort foods, gospel soup for the soul. So, to follow along at home, get your aprons on and turn your recipe book to Romans.
Remember last week when we talked about how to understand Paul's writings? Well, let's get our toolkit out because he's at it again. In Romans 7, he continues his mission to help the Jewish Romans move on from the 613 laws of Moses and embrace Christ's higher law. So, Professor Paul lays down some serious logical proofs, hoping his highly educated audience will go for the pungent premises, savory syllogisms, and quality quantifications. In conclusion, we need to serve in the new way of the Spirit and not in the old way of the written code. Any questions?
So we don't have to follow the commandments anymore?
But pork rinds are nasty.
I don't get it.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Will this be on the test? We'll talk a lot more about this when we get to Galatians, but basically, many new converts had a really hard time letting go of 1,000+ years of traditional ideas about how to get close to God. But we're all converts, right? Are there any hard-boiled viewpoints holding us back from fully embracing the gospel of Jesus Christ? Now, as we get into Romans 8, Paul finishes up his logical reasoning about God and applies it to our relationship with God. What's wrong?
I'm just having a really bad day. My mom's sick. We don't have much money. I miss my friends back in Jerusalem. I get made fun of for being a Christian. Does God even know I'm here?
You're one of his children. Of course he knows. Nothing can get between you and his love for you. And this is where we get that gospel soup for the soul. The cosmic truths in Romans 8 about how much God loves us are the ultimate remedy for a bad day. Paul explains, if you feel inadequate, that's okay. Everyone is inadequate, which is why God sent Jesus to make us whole. We're not just creations, we're children, which means we have a royal destiny. Did you hear that? We're children of the Supreme Being, and He loves us. There is purpose in pain. Even Jesus, who was perfectly innocent, suffered greatly. Our trials are very necessary to help us grow into children prepared to receive the full glory of God. These are mind-blowing truths. But even with this knowledge, life can still feel like an uphill battle, where we're constantly dodging fiery barrels. Not to worry, Paul reminds us of the power-ups that God has prepared to help us along this crazy adventure. Following the Spirit will propel you past worldly pitfalls. Even when you don't know what to pray for, pray anyway. All things work for the good of those who love God. With God with us, who can be against us? Break free of the world's mold with the armor of light. If it feels evil, just don't go there. When you are strong, help the other players. Not even a doomsday vortex or the baddest boss can separate us from God's love. Life truly isn't easy, and it can be especially hard to understand why we have some of the challenges that we do. But knowing that we are children of God and that He has a plan for us is powerful gospel soup for the soul. So, anytime you're feeling down, try turning to Romans 8 for some personal nourishment.